I'm a student at Karen Wagner High School, and I was just wondering if you guys are elected as mayor, like whoever's elected for mayor, what would you do for the schools in Jefferson ISD or surrounding districts?
Good question.
Well, first of all, I think that this is going to sound trite, but y'all are the reason I'm doing what I'm doing. You, and every little kid, because y'all are the ones that are going to inherit what we leave behind. And so for me, to address your specific question about what we're going to do for schools, that is a question for the school boards, but it is also a question for every single one of us in this room who elected officials who serve on our school boards. I believe in supporting our kids to the best of my ability, and as a public official, I believe that it's important for us at that level to be able to create job opportunities so that you all can stay in Converse, have a job in Converse, and pay taxes and sales taxes, etc. in Converse. I want you to succeed, because if you succeed, then we have a community that survives. If we don't do those things, then we're making a big mistake, and we wind up with kids with too much time on their hands and getting in trouble. So for me, my job is to support economic development and job opportunities for kids to get out there and make an opportunity happen that is above $10 an hour. Thanks.
To answer you that question, young lady, I think every school in our area, Judson, because Judson is our area, I think that every school that is in the Judson area, we as citizens need to be involved with you and every other young person coming up. I know, like I said, I'm not going to tell you my age again, but I do know where I came from. My forefathers left a mess for us that we had to straighten out in my city. And I hope that we all, as residents here, would get involved and teach our young the importance of holding a job, respect one another, and do what is right. As far as this, I know Karen Wagner is in our district, school district, Judson's in our school district. There are a number of schools in our school district here that harbor, they're not in Converse, but they're Judson. And so I agree with Councilwoman Silvas. You have to elect a good board for our Judson, because it applies to them. We are here for citizens, and we're not going to ignore you, but we can't overstep our boundaries, because I know we just got our taxes, and I know what my taxes are to Judson. And we need to address these. If we feel that things are being done here in our city not proper by the Judson School Board, then it's up to us as an individual to go to their meetings and address what needs to be addressed. As far as I am concerned, I have a granddaughter in Judson High School. She will graduate next year, and I'm into her a lot because I want to see her achieve. She wants to be a veterinarian, and I want to see her achieve what she needs to achieve. I don't never say no child is ever left behind. I give my time to young adults. But as far as overstepping my boundaries with the Judson School Board, I cannot do that, because that's why we are Converse and they are Judson School Board. But I can, if you have a question, I will never close my door on you. I will mentor you and I will help you as a citizen here, because you are the future, young lady. You are the future. And if it's my responsibility to make sure that I lead this city, if you live in this city, to leave this city in some kind of decent stance that you don't encounter what I encountered as a young adult. Does this help you understand, ma'am?
Yes, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank all of the candidates that you're here and our neighbors, our homeowners association meetings here. We are a full-service agency, and typically every day we have seniors, so it's really important to all the seniors that come here, and many are not residents of Converse, but they are impacted by everything that goes on in the city. I've lived here since '83, so I've got longevity and gray hair and weight to prove it. I raised $1.3 million to run this facility, and that's through government grants, foundations, corporate grants, business grants. I am very pro-business. I am pro-growth. I appreciate the addition of new residents because it brings in tax dollars. I expect that our mayor should be in the position to bring good light to our city so that we are able to bring the businesses in, for me to get the grants that I need, for me to have the support from the neighbors. So I look to our leaders up there to be the spotlight and the image that helps us all to be successful. And for the youth and the people that live here, that they feel safe, that they can drive down the street and get the service or whatever they want to buy without having to go into San Antonio or New Braunfels, or the health care and all of those things that make the quality of life.
Yes, Mr. Bissell, how you doing? This is Councilman Steve Brown. Just wanted to touch base with you on your email about you're correct that they do not need to be a resident of Converse. That actually started with the EDC many years ago, but it has since changed. So we do not need everybody to be a member of resident of Converse. This next meeting on July 7th, I will be submitting the written proposal to the council for approval to go forward with the ordinance. And I know you probably said that the ordinance you read at the next meeting, but the ordinance commission suggested that I just send it in as a proposed what's going to be in the ordinance, let them pick it apart, add to it, subtract to it, and then on the next council meeting, which I think is the 18th of July, the first reading of this ordinance will be read. After the first reading, we have to advertise it in the paper, in the Herald, for 2 weeks straight, letting people know that we're going to have a public hearing, or have not a public hearing, but have a reading of the ordinance. So, we're going to develop a new ordinance to let the whole community know. Also, I'd like to invite you on the 8th of July with me and Mr. Lambert and Leanne Pyatt to go to Windcrest and look at their setup, how they do all their cameras in their city hall. That's going to be at 1:30. I'll probably leave here about 1 o'clock. If you can go, just give me a call at either 336-7911, 336-7911. My home phone is 566-8894. That's July 8th at 1 o'clock, leaving here. And let me double check that time. I just turned my phone off, so hang on. It's actually, we're going to be in Windcrest at 1, so probably leave here at 12:30. Leave Converse about 12:30, go to Windcrest City Hall. That's on the 8th of July. So we should have this ordinance up and running by the first meeting in August, and start taking applications for membership sometime here in July. So by September, hopefully you'll have a commission up and running. So looking forward to it, and I appreciate all your patience, and your questions are always welcome. If you have any questions, give me a call. Bye-bye.